There's all sorts of reasons why you might feel nervous on camera, and they're all fixable, almost always all the time, each and every one of these issues. So bear with me while we fix this stuff, solve it for you, then you solve it for you, and then we're all happy. Win-win, thumbs up, good. So first of all, why get nervous on camera? Well, there are a few different issues that you're dealing with. 4 basic issues that go back to when you were little, and you want to figure out which ones of those are the things that you're carrying with you till, to this very day. First is your mommy issues, your daddy issues. They might be the same, but they also might be separate issues, right? Then there's your peer group issues from back then. These are the people outside of your immediate family who influenced your sense of self. And all of those actually work with or kind of conspire to become this inner self-critic that sits on your shoulder and whispers in your ear and makes you feel self-conscious, uncomfortable, what have you. These are things that you don't need to let get in the way. You have more control over your ability to let those either be obstacles or become non-entities. Choosing to not care that those issues are there and then doing it anyway, that's a big part of it. Your fear, your sense that you're not good enough, your sense that you might not be able to do it, all of those make you feel like you want to, be nervous and not, choose not to do it. In fact, your fear of failure may very possibly influence you to feel nervous and then choose to get in your own way. I encourage you to not get in your own way and to do it anyway. The reason is that when you choose to do things, you will get better at them over time. And then that fear that is making you want to prevent yourself from doing it is actually going to go away. You chip away at it little by little until it's a small enough thing, and then it's gone. Now, your nervousness also needs to be understood for what it is in a different fashion. Your inner self-critic and the feelings that you have that you tie emotionally to that need not prevent you. And you can't choose to go forward if you are waiting for that inner self-critic to go away or for you to be in control of it. What you have to do actually is acknowledge it, see it for what it is, know and accept that that inner self-critic is not actually going away, and then allow it to not be the loudest voice in your head. Therefore, what I'm trying to say is that that inner self-critic and those fears and all of that stuff that you feel like you have to gain control over in order to move forward, those things aren't going away. Those are actually realities. You will get them more under control over time. But the first issues that you want to recognize and address are see them for what they are and then choose to do it anyway. There's zero reason to stop yourself. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to die? You're not going to die. Here's one of the fears when you're little. There are times in your life when you were little where somebody bigger than you is going to come up to you and say, I'm going to get you. And then you say, oh no, and you run away and you get scared, actually. And the reason is that when you're little, you equate the concept of get with the concept of death. So you are feeling like those are close and you don't want that, so you run from it. Now, you carry that feeling with you forward to this very day, and your concerns about your nervousness actually are relatively unfounded. And let's just accept right here and now that even if you do this poorly, you're not going to die. What's the worst that can happen? You make a shitty video? Big deal. The next video, if you practice properly, will be better than the last video. And the video after that will be better than that one. And the video after that, and so on and so on. And that is a normal standard learning curve that you will do if you continue and practice and prevent yourself from getting in your own way. Don't stop yourself. In fact, stop stopping yourself, okay? So, abandoning the idea that it's going to be great is helpful. Abandoning the idea that you are going to die from making a mistake in this is very valuable. Abandoning the pull and the inner pressure that you feel from that inner self-critic that works together with your mommy issues, your daddy issues, and your peer issues from when you were little, that also has value. And you want to make sure that you simply embrace doing it with a certain amount of imperfection and just getting the hang of what it means to not focus on whether you look good. If you don't look good, we can fix that for you. Proper lighting, that will help. Proper attire. This isn't great attire. This isn't even great lighting or great setting. It doesn't matter. You know what does matter? Knowing what you want to talk about. That is really important because when you focus on that, all of those other issues take a back seat to that importance. And the value of doing that propels you forward. So, do you need to stop yourself because you're going to feel nervous? No. Do you need to prevent yourself from improving by feeling like being nervous is something that you should overcome first? Absolutely not. Will you get less nervous over time by practicing and practicing properly with the right steps and the right things to focus on? Absolutely. So what do you have that is such an essential reason to stop yourself? If you have something important to say, you should say it. All of the other components of being able to present things that you care about, being able to make things concise, clear, full of energy, a certain amount of playfulness, making it fun, making it interesting, not relying on a script, not relying on trying to memorize things, being able to improvise what you're saying, being able to do what I refer to as live editing, talking, hearing yourself talk, and then correcting things as you go. All of that stuff is learnable. It's all doable. It's all accessible to you. Reach out to me. I have things that can get you started for free or very inexpensively, just so you have some good, valuable materials to hang your ideas of practice on so that you can get started and move forward. I hope this makes sense. Don't stop yourself. But you can acknowledge your nervousness. It's perfectly fine. During the course of talking to the camera, simply admit and accept and acknowledge, yes, I'm nervous right now. And you can explain a little bit about it, but don't go off on a big tangent going into some deep psychological trauma things where you end up dumping on the people who are listening. That's not valuable. No one wants to hear you bitch and moan and complain about that. What you can do is admit it publicly during the thing, just so you can call attention to the elephant in the room and then get over it and move on. You go back to what you wanted to talk about, the things that you care about. That allows you to not try to hide the nervousness and simply proceed and progress and continue. I hope this makes sense. If this does, reach out to me. I want to know what makes sense. I want to know what doesn't make sense. I want to know what your big struggle is. I want to know what the obstacle you feel is so insurmountable that you have to let it get in your way, because you don't. You don't. Nervousness is just a thing. And it's not a factor that you need to allow stop yourself. Have I repeated that enough? Are you tired of me saying it? It's actually true. Do you admit it? Do you say, yeah, Paul, I get it now, and I'm not going to let it get me, not going to let it get in my way? Good. Speak later.